see the new Midnight Show with Vic Terno?
Hell yeah, it's a great show. It's on at midnight on Fridays.
Have you seen the new Midnight Show with Vic Terno?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a great show. It's funny, and they got lots of beautiful women.
Yeah, that's Vic Terno. The new Midnight Show with Vic Terno?
Did I see it? It's great. It's funny. They got beautiful women, sexy women. I watch it all the time.
This is Christina Lime from the Midnight Show with Vic Terno. We're here with Joe Corsi from CBS FM, and I gotta ask you a question. Do you watch the Midnight Show with Vic Terno?
Every Friday night at midnight. That's the only time it's on, right?
Midnight, right? Yeah,
I'm there.
midnight.
I'm there. I love the show, and I love Vic. He's my favorite guy in the whole world.
How could you not love Vic?
Hey,
He's awesome.
forget about
He's
it.
the best host.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Midnight Show with Vic Terno. This is Jimmy DeSola, the Midnight Show enforcer.
He's the man.
Tonight, special,
Vic
our guest,
Terno.
model,
He's
actress,
giving all the love
Lisa
to all
LePorter.
Vic Terno. He speaks the truth and brings the news. Vic
Actor,
Terno.
Michael C.
Come on and clap your hands for the
Batari.
Vic Terno.
Uncle Pete. Ernie Berry. Joe Bonjour. Single. Cole Thomas. Now let's welcome the future guest, martial art grandmaster Kazoo. Now let's welcome the man of the hour, the Italian Johnny Carson, the godfather of all late night talk shows, Mr. Vic Terno.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the new Midnight Show with Joe Barry. I am the new host. Vic Terno will never be here again. He's all tied up and unable to make the show anymore. And if any of you don't like it, the door's over there, and don't let it hit you behind on the way out.
What are you doing, Joe?
I'm taking over the show.
Taking over the show?
And you on your way out also, if you don't be
Where's
careful.
Where's
I said he's all tied up behind there.
Hey!
Get it out of here.
Johnny! What's going on here?
What do you got in your head? Nothing. I don't have nothing. What are you doing right now?
Get out of here. Get out of here. He's got a gun. Get him out of here.
Come here.
Steve, that little Joe Barry's up to. Get out, Joe. Get out.
Start the show, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I have little Joe Barry, he's one of my players, and he's on medication. And every once in a while, he goes off a little bit. We got feedback, we got aggravation, we got everything here tonight. But we're gonna get the show on the road and give us a minute or two to recompose ourselves. I'm telling you, what do I have to do to have a good show?
It's worth it.
It's crazy, right? Can we get rid of that feedback, please? Jimmy, do you believe this?
I can't believe what's going on tonight here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the announcer of the Midnight Show, Mr. Jimmy DeSola. Can we have a round of applause for Jimmy? Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a proper welcome. Now that we got rid of this little nasty guy, Joe Barry, we got rid of JoJo. They tried to get him out of here. Don't bring him back, that Joe Barry. He tries to take over my show, ladies and gentlemen, every once. He's a very jealous guy. He wants to the Midnight Show with Joe Barry. Thank you, security. Get him out. Let's get the show on the road. Right? Let's get the song and let's move. Here we go. Out of the tree of life, I've just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum. Still, it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, and babe, it will be fine.
best is yet to come and things will really be fine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. Wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? Best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We haven't tasted that wine. We're gonna drain that cup dry. Wait till your charms are right for these arms to surround. You think you've flown, but baby, you haven't left the ground. Wait till the arms of my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till I get you Sunshine Place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and baby, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna make you mine. All my midnight show girls, you're mine. They're fine. All my midnight show girls are fine. Yeah. A little Frank Sinatra. Let's start the show back in the control room.
He's the man you want to know, Vic Terno. He's given all the love from God above. Vic Terno. He speaks the truth and brings the news.
Okay, guys, welcome to the Midnight Show. Christina,
Come on and clap your hands.
welcome.
For the man. Vic
How's your night going tonight?
It's going good.
It's going good. We got a great show tonight,
I know, I'm really excited for
right?
it. Yes.
We have a lot of good things happening. We have a lot of great guests,
I
right?
met some of them backstage. They're awesome.
I'm telling you,
can't wait.
we have so many guests tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a show that cannot be believed. And first of all, what I'd like to do is I'd like to say that you would like to announce some shout-outs for us.
Yeah, I have some shout-outs. I have some shout-outs from some of our fans. We have some businesses in Brooklyn that want some shout-outs. The first one is the Cookie Stop in Brooklyn, New York. The owner is Gerard Marzocchi. He wants a shout-out. Also, we have Got Nerds, also in Brooklyn, New York. And actually, I have some countries I like to shout out. We've been getting messages because our show is seen all over YouTube. And a few of the countries I wanted to shout out, some of our fans are from Germany, Italy, Japan, England, Poland, and France.
Beautiful. We know we really started to spread with the Midnight Show around the country, around the world. We're in about 10 states, 12 countries.
10 states,
So
12
we're moving
countries.
quite fast,
Everybody
right?
has the fever, Vic.
I'm telling you, we're moving along quickly. Let's see. Well, first of all, let's get to our first guest. What do you say? Should we do that?
It's a good idea.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome a young lady who is in the acting business. She's, I would say she's more of an actress, but she's also into modeling. She's a writer. She's got a lot of different talents that we want to introduce her to you. And I've known this young lady for, I'd say, about 18, 19 years. And she's a lovely lady. She's a beautiful girl. And she's got a lot of talent. And she's slowly but surely coming to make her rise and to be well known. So can we give her a round of applause, a nice warm one, for Miss Lisa LePorter. Lisa, come on in. Come on in, Lisa. Come on in, Lisa. Come and have a seat. Sit right over here. How are you, Lisa?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for
Good
coming
to
over
see
to the
you.
Midnight Show. Mwah. Come and have a seat. Okay. Lisa, let me just say, first of all, that you have so many different things that you've accomplished. I see the list of some of the movies you've done, and I see quite a bit of the You've done a lot of modeling. I believe you just did a magazine shoot for a magazine, some kind of rock show magazine. So we want to hear some more about that. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, it's an online magazine reaching 80,000, 5 different countries. And I started off as Miss March 2012. And then Donnie asked me to start writing articles.
And who's Donnie?
Donnie's the owner, Donnie Tranchina.
Oh, is the owner of the magazine? I see.
Donnie and Christy Kane.
And how long has he had this magazine?
June was a year.
June was a year. Very nice, very nice. And now, tell us some more about some of the projects and things that you've done.
Oh.
We having a problem with this? Oh, okay. Let me help you out with this. There we go. Why don't you tell us about some of the projects that you've had?
Well, Miss March 2012, and then I decided, well, he asked me to write advice columns.
Nice, beautiful.
Yeah, yes.
Now tell us something about your background with acting. You doing acting?
Well, I worked for Third Watch for 4 years as a
Okay.
nurse behind the scenes.
Yes. Nice, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, I've worked with Lisa, and we worked on several different projects together. One of the shows we worked on is a show that was long running. If you remember, what was it, Undercover?
Law and Order Special Victims Unit?
Yeah, Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Oh, New York Undercover.
Oh,
That's where we worked on that
yeah.
together, right?
Wow.
That was a long-running police story with Michael DiLorenzo and Malik. Those are
Oh,
two
wow.
stars. We had a good time on that one. And what did you do? Did you do some of the commercials or things like that?
I did Johnny Walker Red Label with Martin Scorsese.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think
didn't
I
know
went to
that.
Europe.
Christine, do you want to ask any questions?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get into acting myself. Do you have any tips on how to maybe get started in the industry?
Well, I think you already started. Just keep networking, meeting people, Facebook.
Facebook, right? The social
Yeah.
media thing is a big aspect of it.
Yes,
Getting
take lots of
yourself known.
photos. And you know, from there you'll meet people, they will direct you. Are you in the union?
No, not
Okay,
yet. No, I'm working towards it.
Yeah, Facebook, networking, and then you actually know where to go from there. You know,
It'll come more clear. And what,
yeah.
what made you, like, when did you discover your passion for maybe acting and singing?
Well, I always had it since I was little. It all started, I think it was Clem Caserta, found me in a bar bartending and asked me to do background work on Bronx Tale.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I was cut out, but
Doesn't
that's
matter,
how
you're
it
still in
started.
it.
So,
That's great.
yeah, I mean, if you need information, I could give it to you.
That would be awesome. Thank you
when we're
so
done
much.
shooting.
Thank you.
Chris,
You're
you have to
welcome.
hook your mic up.
Oh.
Let me take over this interview. Christina has the mic up. Let me ask you this question. You got started with Clem Caserta? Is that how you got started?
Well, he found me. Yeah, he found me and asked me if I would do background work.
So you started with the movie
Bronx Tale,
Bronx Tale.
which I was cut out of.
I gotcha. And when you started with that, how did you get into this? You were in the Screen Actors Guild, right?
Yes. Oh, how did I get into the Screen Actors Guild? Blood and sweat.
Well, how did you get in
Waivers.
through the waiver system?
I got in through the waiver system.
Let me explain to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, to get into the Screen Actors Guild, you can get in in two different ways. You can get in through the system of getting a waiver. You need 3 waivers, or you need to get a talking part. In your case, you got waivers, right?
Yes.
So you got 1 waiver. How did you get the first one?
First one I got on Carlito's Way.
Carlito's Way.
I was actually in the bar with Al Pacino and Penelope, what was it, Penelope Miller?
Is that what it was? Yeah.
I think that was her name. And the other 2 came from the movie The Siege with Bruce Willis and Denzel Washington marching over the Brooklyn Bridge. And it was tough. And then getting blown out of the movie theater on 42nd Street.
Wow.
18 below in a strapless dress with fake blood stuck to me everywhere, and I caught pneumonia. But yeah, that was about the 3rd one, and I got in.
Really? Are we having a problem? Do you have your
Oh,
microphone?
yeah. My mic got tangled up over
Is it right
there.
over here? Is this yours?
It's hanging down.
Wait a minute. So how do we get this there?
Got it.
Okay, do you want to run at the back of her? Okay. There you go. Is that yours?
Awesome. Yeah, I got it.
There you go. Okay, there's your microphone right over here. You have to plug it in or
Got
at
it.
the end of it?
Thanks, Vic.
Okay. Technical difficulties. We're doing good, girls. Okay, so let me also ask you this: what are some of your, goals? What are your long-range plans?
You know, I still and always will have a passion for acting, but I like writing. I like talking to people. Doing interviews. I interviewed some famous people for Rock Show magazine. And I like to get to know the people for who they are, not for, the fame. I want to know. I want the realness of it.
Right, exactly, and, for the surface of it all.
Yeah, so that became. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed writing until I started working for Rock Show.
Yes. I see. Okay. Well, let me ask you this also. Do you have any future plans right now to do any specific TV shows or any movies that you're planning to do?
Right now, no.
You have nothing going on right now?
Just the modeling. I did the cover for Hannibal, Hands On, featuring Method Man.
Oh, really?
I shot on the cover, yeah. As far as, you know what? Every week there's a new project. I don't know.
Yeah. So you have all new things possibly on the horizon.
On the horizon, yes.
I gotcha. Okay, very good. Now, we'd like you to stay with us because we're going to move on to our next guest. But would you be kind enough to stay with us?
Sure, of course.
Lisa? Okay, fantastic. Sit tight for a minute till we get our next guest in. I believe we're going to have our next guest, Steve. Is that the Kazumasa Yokoyama? I believe? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, before we bring this gentleman in, let me tell you a little bit about him. Kazumasa Yokoyama is a past United States karate champion. He also is, I believe, a 7th Dan karate teacher, grandmaster, and he's been in this field all of his life since he's maybe 13 years old, I believe. He's very young. So we were lucky enough to have him fly in to do the midnight show with Vic Terno, and we're very proud to have him on our show. So can we all put our hands together, give him a nice round of applause, and we're all going to move down one seat, and we're going to bring in our next guest. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Kazumasa Yokoyama. Okay, can we please move down, guys? Okay, great. Yeah, that's good. Just plug it right in. Okay, there you go. So, Mr. Can I call you Kazu?
Yes, sir.
Kazu.
Yeah, already he called me. Kazu,
welcome to the Midnight Show.
Yes, thank
welcome
you.
to the United States. Now, I know that you're from Japan, but you're back. You also live in Houston, Texas?
Houston, Texas, yes.
Houston, Texas.
Yeah, I make a back and forth between America and Japan.
America and Japan.
Often, yeah.
So you're a very busy individual.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Right? You know, Kazu has, he's really some kind of guy. I'll tell you why. From what I've learned about him, he's not only a grand master of karate, but he's kind of a philosopher as well. And he's done so many different things. He's got his own schools around the country. He also has been in several movies. We're all familiar with Bruce Lee. Everyone knows Bruce Lee. But Kazu would be his counterpart for karate. He's a 7th Dan. He's very well educated. And I'd like to know from him more about his ideology about karate and about his form of thinking about karate, the spirituality of it all. And in comparison to Bruce Lee's style and his philosophy of life, could you give us a little insight for my audience here in the studio, Kazu, and also around the country and the world?
Okay. Actually, I have an opposite way of thinking from Bruce about martial arts.
An opposite way of thinking.
This is very important because Bruce, he created his own style. Okay, he had invented a new style of kung fu that worked for him. But I'm not trying to create any new style or anything. Okay, what I'm trying to do is continue karate tradition that has been handed down through the history.
So what you're saying is that you're trying to keep the pure form of the original Japanese karate, to perfect it and move along with it, not trying to create a new dimension of
Yes.
martial arts.
Okay, but important things is
This is very interesting because just to hear this point of view.
to continue karate tradition. Okay, take a.
Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. Take a karate tradition and put it on as a future spiritual form. So which meaning like tradition is on one hand. So Bruce, he tried to create a new style. Seems like it's a totally opposite. But actually, everything, it goes around, comes around. Okay, everything going to connect it. It's about martial arts. You know, no matter what, you believe freestyle. You know, when you start it, eventually you're going to open your eyes for classical style. Okay, or tradition, whatever you call. Then when you start by tradition, you know, when you continue, somehow you have to break the tradition to open up your own eyes. Then you know, you have to digest the things that what you're on. You know, that's a very important thing because you're not copy of something. You know, you have to be right to yourself.
Yes.
So tradition is very important, but you don't want to be a slave of tradition. So which means even like no style and okay, I'm saying freestyle or traditional style. Actually, we are staying on the same circles.
But your philosophy is more to stay traditional, to stay to keep the form of karate as in its original form.
Yes, in the beginning.
As where Bruce would take his style and incorporate different styles.
Yes,
to make a new martial arts style.
Yes, that's he tried to do, and it worked for him. Okay, but I'm a teacher as well, so I have to.
And you're a seventh Dan, no?
Oh yes, but you know, degree is not so important. I'm not so care about.
He's very humble, ladies and gentlemen. He's a seventh Dan, but that's not as important, he says.
Yeah, that's why learning process of martial arts is very unique. Almost like you're climbing a mountain with a path of a corkscrew.
Yes.
You know, you just see the circle. You know, when you see the mountain from the side, you only can see the triangle.
Right.
But when you see it from the top of it,
right.
So now you can see the circle.
So it's a gradual.
Yes. That's what like
acclimation.
You know, yes.
Up.
That's why like non-tradition create a tradition. Okay.
Do you have schools, Kazoo?
Yes, I do.
And where are your schools located?
Basically, I have a school in Houston, but I teach a lot of seminars, you know, all over the world.
Now, didn't I hear someone tell me that you were teaching in China?
Yes, I had. Yeah, right now I don't go to China much, but I used to have a school in China.
And are you working on a movie, or some kind of movie, or you have done movies?
Yes, actually, I'm still a martial artist, but it was around 7 years ago. Actually, you know, many years, you know, I've been training martial arts and movie producers, you know, they contact with me, then they approach me to make me, you know, movie actor.
Yes.
So, but I didn't have much opportunity to do that. But around 5-6 years ago, one producer in Texas, you know, they're looking for some guy, you know, who can do, you know, weapons and all that. So they asked me to do it.
But did you have someone in China, a producer now, that's interested in Japan? That's interested in producing a movie with you?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Japan?
You know? Yeah.
Japan.
Because I'm very new. You know, I'm not a young man, right?
You're not an old man.
Yeah, but I'm not a young man either.
I think he looks pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Now looks pretty young guy, right?
Thank you.
I'm not going to start a fight with him in the street if that's what he's trying to say.
Well,
listen,
yeah.
I think maybe the ladies might want to ask you a question or two. Christina or Lisa, is there anything you'd like to ask Kazoo?
Can we find you on Facebook?
Yes.
What's your Facebook so people know what you're up to?
Kazumasa, Kazu, Masa.
Twitter.
Oh, I don't have
Just
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I only have Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, great. Thank you.
Are you planning to open up any schools out in New York?
Several people ask me for it, then I might, but I don't know, because these things is not easy things to do, because once I open school, I have to take responsibility for it. Right? Yeah, because martial art training is not easy, because it's not just physical, lots of mental things, attitude, that's all included. Yeah, that's why open school is not so difficult things to do, but can continue, educate the student. That's the hard things to do.
Now tell me about your family. Do you have any family here in America?
No, I don't have any family in America.
You have children?
I have my daughter in Ithaca, New York.
Oh, so she's here in America.
Yes, yeah, I just visit her.
How is she? How old is your daughter?
She's 24.
I say you're not married. You're a single guy?
Me?
Yes.
Of course I'm single.
Oh, okay. You're a single man. All right. So tell me more now about Kazoo, what your future plans are and what you intend to do, in society with the karate and with your ideals.
Okay.
Where are you going to go as far as your school? Are you continue there? Are you going to go into the movies? Or
okay.
Are you going to continue your education of your progression of your karate expertise?
Okay. When I was young, I had a lot of dream. Then, I had a lot of choice. But in a certain age you get, you reach it. So, all of the unnecessary dreams or, unnecessary things start dropping, because you start to understand who you are, right? So now, it's more like shape up your life. I think you get old is not such a bad thing. No, that's what to get age, it's
so
more
your
like
goals
polish.
are changing, in other words.
Actually, I had lots of the stuff going on in my life when I was young, but all of the unnecessary things, I just cut them out and just drop it. So now it's getting thinner, but it gets more polished, right? So now what I'm doing is I'm teaching martial arts. I published the book, I done DVD, and also I shot movies. So then now still, I get a lot of offer from the movie company, and also I get a lot of offer from teaching. Last year I was invited from Europe.
To Europe?
Yeah. So that's why.
Do you have any idea where you do you want to go to Europe? Do you want to stay teaching? Do you want to stay in the United States, Japan? Do you have any idea where you want to go?
I don't know, because life is, almost like a journey. You never know what can happen. You have your own plan, but things that doesn't go with your plan. So sometimes you have to go with wind. Which way winds blow. Then you basically have some idea or some goal, but it's still abstract.
Yeah, it's abstract.
Right? Yeah, that's why to me, I just do best I can, now.
As it comes.
Yes. So that's a very important thing. Then, little by little, answer will be coming to me.
Now here's the guy, ladies, you go to if you want to learn about karate. All right, that's the man you want to go. Exactly. Now let me ask you a question. Do you want to do maybe a little demonstration, or anybody that wants to ask you?
No,
a question?
actually, I misunderstood earlier. They took my interview, behind the stage.
Oh, did they?
I already did that.
You have it already.
Yeah, I already did.
Oh,
did
okay.
that.
All right, good. Did we, Steve? Did we bring any clip? Did we get any clip for him off the at the internet earlier? No, nothing happened with that? No. Okay.
Okay.
So,
do you want to see some demonstration? I don't mind.
Oh, all right. Yeah, maybe we could do.
Do you have some guy?
Oh, yeah. Do we have Steve? Can we get somebody? Tony, come up. Yeah, Tony. Wait. Kazumasa. You have to take this. Just disconnect. Okay. Why don't we do this right here, ladies and gentlemen? We're gonna have somebody come up, a victim. This victim, come up, sir. Tony. You want to grab that microphone over there, please? Take that microphone. Take it off. Yeah, bring it over to you. Oh, what's your name? Tony what?
Marielli.
Tony Marielli, is it on? There you go. Yeah, Tony?
Anthony Marielli.
Oh, Anthony Marinelli. Anthony, do you have any last rites or anything you'd like to say before we,
I want to leave everything I have to my wife.
you told me you were going to leave it to your Gumara.
I give her the other stuff. She can have my car and the payments.
All right. Kazoo, could you please talk into that microphone with them? When you pass it back and forth, because we don't have you mic'd up. Can you explain to us what we're going to do here, Kazoo?
You can buy this mouse.
Talk with the microphone.
Okay, let him to buy this one, the mouse. Yeah. Just drop it.
Kazoo, do you want to go on the floor and do this?
Yeah.
Do you want to go down below?
Okay.
So you don't hit so hard? Tony, move that mic stand back, please. Okay. Excuse me, Kazoo, before you start, is there a doctor in the studio? No? How many minutes left? How many minutes left for the guys? How much longer? How much longer? 18 minutes?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, Tony, can you put that back on the mic stand for us? Thank you. You're going to get your lawyer. He's going to get his lawyer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you very much, Tony. Let's put back this up here. All right. Well, Kazoo, thank you for that demonstration. And we're going to ask you to stay with us a little bit longer. And we're going to move on to our next guest. Let's just put this right aside. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have some next guests we like to bring up. We're going to move right down. We have some nice, interesting gentlemen, and I'd like to introduce them. They're all actors. They're in the business for quite a long time. They're very well known and accomplished men. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you. We can move down all the way to the end, please. Lisa and thank you. We'd like to introduce Michael Batari, Uncle Pete Filia. Come on in, gentlemen. Mr. Ernie Barry and Mr. Carl Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for these gentlemen, please. Welcome, gentlemen. Good. Come on and sit down. You got it all mic'd up? Ladies and gentlemen, these gentlemen are well-known actors. They've done a lot of acting in different types of movies. And I'd like to introduce and start off with a regular of mine. He's been here many times. And his name is Uncle Pete Filia. Uncle Pete, how you doing over there? You almost ready? You get up on that mic. We have Mr. Carl Thomas in the end. Carl, how are you?
All right, buddy, how you doing?
Carl Thomas is a famous singer. He's the circuit all over the country. And we also have a very well-known gentleman who's been in every phase of the business, Mr. Ernie Barry. Can we have a round of applause for Ernie Barry? Ernie? Well, let's start off with Carl. Carl, can you tell us what you've been doing lately? What your I noticed here that you have a tribute going to Bobby Darin.
Yes.
And could you tell us a little about where that is?
Sure, that
and when that'll be?
That's going to be October 22nd at a place in Elmsford, New York, the Westchester Broadway Theater. It's a dinner theater.
Nice.
And it's
and what's the dates on that?
October 22nd.
Monday, October 22nd?
Yeah.
Now where can
with
they
the Ed Conti Orchestra.
Where can they get tickets for that, Carl?
Well, they look online at the Westchester Broadway Theater.
Westchester Broadway Theater?
Elmsford, New York, yes.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at that. Monday, October 22nd. And Carl Thomas will be performing there. So if you want to get tickets, again, Carl, where do they go?
Broadway Theater at Elmsford, New York.
Broadway Theater at Elmsford, New York. Okay, great. Carl, we're so happy to have you here. We're going to have you back on the show to sing.
Okay.
Would you be kind enough to do that?
My pleasure.
Round of applause for that gentleman, please. Mr. Carl Thomas. Now, moving right along, I want to introduce again a gentleman that's been known all over the city, all over the country. We all know Jimmy Kimmel, the Jimmy Kimmel Show. We like that show. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel's show many, many, many times. I believe he's going on very shortly again. His name is Mr. Ernie Barry. Round of applause for Mr. Ernie Barry.
Hi, everybody.
Ernie, give us an idea where you've been, what's going on in your life.
For 10 years, I've been playing for Jimmy Kimmel. A lot of people don't realize that he's half Italian.
Yes, that's
true.
true.
He was born in Mill Basin, Brooklyn.
He was born in Mill Basin?
Mill Basin. He was there 2 weeks ago.
That's where I come from.
No.
I'm there 25 years.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
He was there 2 weeks ago talking about him coming to Brooklyn the last week in October for a week. He'll broadcast from the Brooklyn Academy of Music. Don't miss it. Next week, I'll go play for him in Hollywood.
Wow, look at that.
He does an Italian feast. You know the Feast of St. Gennaro on Mulberry Street?
Yes.
And you know Connie Francis? She's a dear friend of mine, and we were together Saturday. They honored her. She was the honorary Grand Marshal of the feast. But Jimmy invented this feast 10 years ago. 10 years ago, he couldn't get 1,000, 2,000 people behind his theater.
And now?
60, 70,000.
Wow, how about a round of applause? 60, 70,000 people. You know, I just want to interrupt. If I may say so, being that Ernie Barry is a friend of my family, he's known my father, who's deceased, for many years back to the 60s.
Yeah.
And Ernie was a very big force in Bay Ridge from the 60s through the 90s. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He had a big, big club called Ernie Barry's, which was very well known. I, as a teenager, used to go in there and dance. But Ernie is very well known. He's a very good friend of Jimmy Kimmel. And as anybody watched the Jimmy Kimmel show, they know that his Uncle Frank, his real uncle, played the security guard, or was the security guard in the show. On it's ABC, right?
Uncle Frank was my best friend. If you look on YouTube, Ernie Barry tribute to Uncle Frank. I closed this feast last year on accordion, a tribute to him. He was
Well,
my
I wanted to say
my
that,
dear friend.
Ernie, pardon me, that Ernie and Uncle Frank were like this, as good friends.
He was a cop in Brooklyn for 20 years.
He was a cop in Brooklyn 20 years, and he became very famous on Channel 7 with Ernie, with his nephew.
Saw him a lot.
Saw him a lot, right?
A lot.
Cassandra's my Mrs. Miller, everybody.
Funny man. Almost seemed dumb, but he was funny.
Okay,
Great.
so ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say that I'm very excited, and if I may say this, Ernie?
Of course.
Where told me what we're going to do?
Absolutely.
Ernie Barry is going to take me with him to a function. Where are we going, Ernie?
Well, I play Grimaldi's Pizza under the Brooklyn Bridge. You know it? Grimaldi's. If you ever come, just come to the door, mention Vic's name, and come right in.
There you go.
But I'm there every Sunday on accordion.
Fantastic.
But I'm going to invite Vic, a lot of people. The last week in October, my friend Frank is going to close Grimaldi's for one day and have Jimmy Kimmel honor every day.
And
So,
Ernie is
come.
kind enough to take me personally to introduce me to Jimmy. So how about a round of applause for that?
Pete Figure will be there.
And we're gonna have
Uncle Pete.
Now we got
Forget
we
about
have
Uncle Pete.
we have Uncle
Am I
Pete.
saying it right?
It's me, yeah. What are you?
We have listen, we have the Italian mob actors who's who at the dais here today. So now let's move on to Uncle Pete Filia. Is your mic working?
I think it's terrific now. Kids, about time we got
Ladies
so
and gentlemen, we had a
straightened
rough
out of
start
this
today.
show.
We had a couple of sound problems, but thank God Peter told all the mob guys to stay here. Nobody left, or else we all would have got wiped out today.
We got whacked. We would have got whacked, all of us.
You know, Uncle Pete is just got done with some. You just did a film.
Movie, Miami or Bust. It's going to be on tomorrow night on the Coney Island Film Festival.
Really,
Coney
Miami
Island.
or Bust?
Miami or Bust, a Hoboken bet. And Chris DePiro, which I told you when I was here in December, directed it and he acts in it, and it's a real funny movie.
I can't wait to see it, Uncle Pete.
It's unbelievable. You can't believe it.
Beautiful.
It's a
You
great
know, Uncle
movie.
Pete is also a member of a very famous organization.
Friars Club.
He's a member of the Friars Club, which we all know. Dean Martin, the Friars, and all that, Frank Sinatra. Uncle Pete is a member of that.
It's all members for actors and singers, and of course, if you got the money to pay your dues.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's
You only need
first.
5,000, 10,000, you know, a couple dollars here and there. But Uncle Pete, tell me, you've done that, and what else is happening? Do you have any other
I'm
projects on
doing
the
a new
horizon?
movie November 2nd. We're going to shoot out in Jersey, Joe. It's about an Iraqi war veteran.
Really?
Who has PTSD, and I'm going to play his grandfather.
Wow.
Because I was a war hero. I was in Korea myself.
Wow, were
back
you?
in 1951.
Thank you for your service, Uncle Pete. Thank you for your service in Korea. And I also thank all our veterans, our Vietnam veterans, which you saw Tony Marinelli up here. Tony is also a Vietnam veteran that saw action. Let's hear a round of applause for Tony Marinelli. and all our veterans, and all our police and firemen, all our services, and our armed forces that take care of us. Now, Uncle Pete, if you don't mind, I want to move to a gentleman that also is very close to my heart.
But I got to say one more thing.
Uncle Pete, go ahead.
One more thing I got to say.
Uncle Pete, who's going to argue with you? Take over the show, Uncle
Because
Pete.
my wife will kill me if I don't.
Oh, of course.
My wife's
Your
name
lovely
is
missus.
Joanna, and she has an antique store in West Virginia, Hattie and Nan's Antiques and Old Books at 521 West 14th Street. And she has 50% off store-wide for the whole year.
There we go.
I had
We got
to
a
get
plug
that
for
in
the wife.
there.
There we go.
Because she'd murderize me if I didn't hear her.
Listen, Uncle Pete, who's
Now
going
you
to
can
argue
go
with
to
you?
you can go to my other
We can-
best actor
Who's
friend.
going to argue with you, Uncle
Michael.
Pete? You can do anything you want. Nobody's going to argue with you.
All right.
Right? Ernie?
Well, yeah.
Carl, what are we going to do, right? All right, moving right along, though. He's close to my heart. He's a dear friend of mine. He's a class act, a class guy. That's all I'm saying. You told me you're going to give me $50.
But keep going, I'll give you more.
He's a class act, really. He's a class guy. He's an up-and-coming actor. He's done quite a few things. And ladies and gentlemen, could we have a round of applause for Michael Batari?
You got it right. You got it right.
Mike Batari. Yeah, Mike, you have to give an excuse. My announcer, Jimmy, had a couple of drinks before, and he's okay now. Mike, you all right, Jimmy? All right, he's good. But listen, Mike, in all seriousness, tell me what you're up to and what you've been doing.
I'll talk about a couple of the last two movies I did. One people might even know. The movie happens to be a really good movie. I'm only in it for a little bit. But
Mike, everything you're in is good.
It's a really good movie. It's out on DVD now. It's called Brutal.
Brutal.
I don't know if anyone have seen it, but it happens to be a fantastic movie. Kamal, director.
What is it about?
It's about a bunch of kids who happen to rob a card game, bust in and rob a card game, and it happens to be some
wise guys.
Some wise guys.
Sounds like a couple of things I did when I was a kid.
And also.
You're still young. What are you kidding? Or?
Huh? Still young. Yeah. And so that movie is it's on DVD.
I got you.
And I'm doing a movie now called The Nature of Honor with Joe Bongiorno out there.
Oh, we got to bring Joe Bongiorno up here. Could we get a spot for Bongiorno to sit over here at the end? Christina, could we get Joe come in? Joe, why don't you come in? Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Mr. Joe Bongiorno.
Hey,
Joe, come on in.
My co-star. So,
yeah, while you're up, while Mike's talking, Joe, go ahead.
So Joe is in the movie, The Nature of Honor. We're shooting in and around the 5 boroughs.
Really?
And my character happens to be a pretty juicy character. It's a cross between Michael Douglas and Michael Corleone.
Mink, what a combination that is. Michael Douglas and Michael Corleone.
Now Douglas
Wow.
from Wall Street. So my character is a Wall Street guy.
What's the name of your character?
The name?
Yeah, your name.
My name is Michael Colavetti in the film.
Mink, Michael Colavetti.
In the film. So I don't know if maybe your break leg guy could try Colavetti.
Yeah, Jimmy's
He had
been
a
out-
hard time with Batari.
Jimmy's been out to break a couple legs in his day, right, Jim?
I don't want you. So
Chicken legs.
I have
Jim, sit down. Take it easy, Jimmy.
I have Kamal here, so take it easy.
So go ahead, Mike.
I'm put there by the mob, and now all of a sudden I'm making a lot of money for the mob, and I come from the streets, my character, and
Nice.
so I'm pretty untouchable because I'm making everybody money. So it seems to work.
Well, listen, can you give everybody your Facebook location, or, if they want to reach you?
It's sure. You could look up Michael C. Botari.
Okay, Michael C. Batari.
And you'll find me up there, and some of the work I did, some of the pictures are up there.
Now tell us about you. How did you get started at acting? Where do you live? Where'd you grow up?
It goes back a lot of years. It started in a studio something like this, with a fellow named Carmine Q.
Carmine Garabatsky?
He's no longer with us, but it started in a studio like this, and just putzing around the studio, doing little bits, and I got picked up to do this, and it led into
one thing led to another.
It led to another. Yeah, it's a matter of connecting.
Well, I first met you on a premiere of a movie over in Manhattan. What was the name of that movie that we were at?
That was at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Tribeca Film Festival, Mike. That's right. And I saw Mike act for the first time, And I said, I got to get this guy in my screenplay because this guy is top of the line. And me and Mike, we're going to talk because I have a part for him in this. I want him to play. And you're a natural, Mike.
Nah.
You really are good. And I want to just say also, Peter, do you have any website or any way you could be contacted also?
Yeah, it's under Pete Figlia.
Pete Figlia.
Or Figlia. And then I have a site, Uncle Pete Figlia.
Also
two
separate.
sites, separate.
And where is that, on the AOL?
Facebook.
Ernie, do you have
Facebook, Ernie Barry.
Ernie Barry on Facebook. So everybody does Facebook today. That's the place to get the boys.
Yeah.
Carl?
Word of mouth, believe it or not.
But you don't need it. You've been around
Yeah,
so long.
you've been around so long.
Everybody knows you, Carl. Okay, so.
I'm going to hiding as of tomorrow after
Oh,
the
that's
show.
funny. That's funny. All right, but now we got to hear from Joe Bongiorno. Joe, you mic'd up?
I think so. Am I on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good.
Joe,
Okay.
tell us a little bit about you. I mean, you're a well-known actor. I know you. Everybody I know knows you. But tell us yourself a little about your background, where you came from, how you got into acting, and what you've been up to.
Well, I started in high school, and then I got a job in law enforcement at 20 years old.
And where were you doing it at?
I was a prison guard on Rikers Island for 21 and a half
Nick,
years.
forget about it. I never met you there, did I?
I don't know. So then after I got out of that...
Jimmy, do you know him? No. Okay. I thought maybe you might have seen him.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Jimmy, I told you not to mention names on the show, Jimmy.
So
Anyway, Joey, go ahead. I'm
all
sorry.
my life, been acting. You're acting, of course, in the prisons and stuff.
Right.
My cousin was a well-known actor, Frank Bongiorno. He's been in a lot of movies, Danny Aiello.
I know the name well.
Yeah. So at functions and everything, they always wanted me to do a little stuff, but it was tough because, the commissioner, you're not allowed to really do any side stuff.
Right.
So when I retired, 11 years ago, that's when I started getting into movies and stuff. And,
Interesting.
I
I want to know one thing, Joe.
unfortunately-
Did you ever get attacked in the prison?
Yeah, a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's really not, it could be a hectic thing in there, huh?
Rikers Island is not nice. I started in the state prisons first. I worked in the state prison.
Well, that's a lot better than the city
Well, it is
prison, right?
because it's more controlled. I did 18 months in Attica, and then I went to the city jail.
Wow, so would you 20 years?
21 and a half years total.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Joe, continue about your career. I want to hear more about it.
Yeah, then I started with the acting, with the cousins. Every time you go to functions, you see a whole bunch of guys there, and you meet them all, and they want to always put you in a movie, but it just looks like every time you talk to them, I want to play a law enforcement role, and they're giving me gangster roles. I don't know why.
I mean, if I look at you, I think I could understand a little, Joe.
So I made
You
a
don't
few-
look like the cop on the corner, Joe. You look like the barber inside a coffee shop. So go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
And that's how that started. So then, I did Old Secrets, No Lies. I worked with Mike in a lot of films. We did The Nature of Honor, Stories of a Story. They're working on a film right now. They want to try to break it into a TV series. It's about a true story about a Greek mobster, and I play the Italian rival mob boss, and he's on my turf. And
So it's a little tiff going back between you
a little
two.
tiff going back and forth. Yeah, that's in the works right now. And then I got another film that Pete likes, with Yelena.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yeah, no, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Kazoo, we're gonna have to find a place for you in these mafia movies.
Well, he's
They make a karate mafia movie.
They announced him as an Italian here.
Did they really? Yeah. Well, what we're gonna have to do, Kazoo, we're gonna have to maybe find a part for you where you could get involved. You'll be like a specialized hit guy. We bring in from the other side to take care of the bad guys. All right? Good.
That's right. Yeah, right. He won't blow the cover when he walks in and does the wax.
Figure it out. That's too funny.
That's right.
Say, Ernie, let me ask you a question also. Hop it over to you. You're doing the accordion. Tell the audience what happened to you.
I was on the Jersey Shore when the hurricane came. A wave came out.
No, wait a minute.
from
Wait. I
nowhere.
heard that you were with a woman and your hands were.
I was
Is there any
talking to
truth
the
to
girl,
that?
looking at her on the beach, and the wave came behind me. It took me almost to her.
No, is that really what happened?
No, I'm serious.
Wow.
But she's a friend of mine, nice gal,
Got away with it.
And I'm looking. The first wave hit me. I'm looking for my hat. She said, "Look out!" The second wave took me past the cameras, and my body fell down on my hand, and I cracked the bone. So I can't play the accordion, obviously. For another
Unbelievable.
5 or 6 weeks.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, guys, if you don't mind me, ladies, I have a few other guests that are here in the studio, and I just wanted them to stand up, and I want to give them a little shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a gentleman here who's a friend of mine. He's a producer. He's a manager of different talent. A lot of Italian-American acts that come from overseas. Can I just have him come up for 1 minute and just give him a shout and just give him a round of applause? Can I have Tino Maiola come up here for 1 second and give him a round of applause? Ladies and gentlemen, how are you, Tino? Turn around so that everybody can see you on the cameras, Tino. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman, he'll be on the show again in the future, but I just want to let you know he's very well-known agent, manager for a lot of different musical acts. What's the name of that act, Tino, that you have with the Italian boys that's famous in Italy?
Yeah, I produce, I'm promoting them, Il Volo.
Il Volo. Everybody knows I heard of Il Volo. They're 3 Italian boys that are tenors that have taken over all of Italy.
They're fantastic.
They're fantastic, right?
They're fantastic.
I'm promoting them.
I want to talk to you. I'll bring them to the Jimmy Kimmel show next year.
There you go. There
The
you
feast,
go.
I'm not kidding.
So I just want to give him a shout out and say, Tino, we're going to have you back again. We love you. And salute, huh? Salute. That's so good. Round of applause, Tino. Okay. So now, Ernie, where are you going now? Give me some more information.
Well, normally I open the Jimmy Kimmel Italian Feast every year playing Italian songs on the accordion for half hour.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's a great accordion player.
Meds are meds, you know.
Just when I wanted him, he had to hurt his hand, unfortunately. But you know what? He's worth waiting for. Again.
I do a lot of Italian songs. You know, Jimmy Rosselli was my idol. We lost him last year. You know, I do a lot of his songs. But this year I'll just sing with tracks, you know.
Okay, so you'll do it that way,
For this
right?
year, yeah.
We'll get you back in action.
Yeah.
Carl, I know you have this. We spoke about it. The Copa at Westchester. Is that where it is? And what did we say? It was $80 per person?
It's a dinner. It's a dinner show.
It's a dinner show.
The dinner starts at 6 p.m. and then the show to follow at 8 p.m.
And I heard of Uncle Floyd. Is he going to be
Uncle
with you
Floyd
too?
Rufino's my opening act. Yes.
Oh, so you
Very
got Uncle
funny
Floyd?
guy.
He's well known. Everybody knows him. So you got that going.
And also locally, I play at a place on Richmond Avenue. It's called Nove. I'm there.
Oh, Nove.
But maybe
Is that
once-
Richmond Avenue off Amboy Road?
Amboy Road, yes.
Oh, that's my neighborhood.
I'm there once a month.
I'm going to come in there when you play.
I'm there on the 29th of this month, as a matter of fact.
I'll come in.
The last Saturday of this month.
Carl, it'll be my pleasure.
I just
Love
want
to
to
see
say
you.
one thing. We're dear friends for years.
I know you are.
I hold a record on the Copacabana. The 34 years I did 72 weeks every night
Wow.
at the Copa.
Wow.
I knew Bobby Darin very well because my manager made him, Al Martino, his friend, Joni James, and Don
And Pat
Costa.
Cooper is his friend, too. isn't
That's
he?
the best friend of
Pat, we got to try to get Carl, Pat, on the show.
Carl
Would
does
you?
the best.
I love you. Thank you, Carl.
Carl does the best Bobby Darin
love
show
it.
you'll ever see.
Round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this one more time. I love these men, especially these first 3. I had the pleasure of meeting Carl and Joe now, and Kazoo, but of course Lisa. But these first three, these are guys warm next to my heart. These are really my friends. And when you have friends like this, you never have a problem, because you always have good friends around
I
you.
think you're saying that because my friend Tony Chickens is
No,
there.
it's because the guy's outside. You told me he was going to break my legs if I don't say what you told me to say.
Vic, Pete wanted to know why he couldn't bring his wine here tonight. You know, he's got wine.
What do you mean we
And we can add Mike
He's not
too.
only a great-
Everybody don't want to get wine. We get thrown out of here.
We can put it in a coffee cup.
That's
Nobody will
after
know the
tonight when we
difference.
leave. We go do
I gotta do
that.
that, okay.
But listen, we don't have too much more time left, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to say that I have a lot of talented guests here. I have a lot of talented actors. I have a beautiful lady here that she's upcoming. And I have a gentleman here named Kazumasa Yokoyama, who's going to be seeing a lot more here with me. He'll be back on my show. He's going to be nice enough. He said he's going to teach me a little karate. And he promised he won't break both my kneecaps in doing it. But I'm going to treat him as nice as I can, so he'll be nice to me. But let me just say this in winding up. Ernie Barry will be back on my show on a routine basis, along with Mike Patari, Uncle Pete, Carl Thomas, Joe. They'll all be back. Let me just say on a serious note, the Midnight Show is spreading rapidly. through the United States and through Europe. We're in 12 countries now, 10 U.S. states. And I wanted just to say to my studio audience, thank you for being here. I want to give you all my love to all my audience, TV audience, and to my audience here. And let's try to change the world. Let's all show some love. There's a lot of hate in the world today. People want to hurt each other. There's violence. Let's show some love and let's spread the midnight show fever everywhere and just give everybody a lot of love. What do you say?
And vote for Rami.
Please.
Vote for Rami.
And vote for Rami.
Don't forget that.
Well, listen, I'm just going to say that, Rami seems like a really nice guy. And, everyone's got their taste in what they want to do, so we'll leave it to the public to decide what they want. But let's try to spread the midnight show fever, that everybody will have love and spread love. I want to get final comments from all my guests. Mike, give us some final comments.
Well, it was really, I live in New York City, so coming down here is a little different for me, but you have a great...
You're a Manhattan guy.
Yeah, you have a great studio, great people. It's because I know Vinny Vella, I do his show.
Sure, Vinny, great guy, Vinny.
But this is much more like I'm home.
Good, and
nice.
you are home. You're home with us because we love you. Can we have a round of applause for Mike Patari, please? My buddy. Uncle Pete Filia.
The last thing I got to say is
gentlemen's gentleman.
Right, you can say that again.
Can we have last remarks from you?
My last remarks is my friend Tony Chickens is doing a new movie about a mob. He calls it My Grandfather. The two Pace brothers from Hollywood are directing it.
Tony Chickens, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're going to get Tony Chickens. Very good.
Balisi, I'm sorry. His last name is Balisi.
Balisi, all right. Now listen, can we have also last comments from my friend, Mr. Ernie Barry?
I want to say one thing. People don't know that Tony Balisi owned the Brooklyn Copa. I sang with Tony Orlando and Don opening night of
Wow. Round of applause, Tony.
He had Rosemary Clooney, Dick James, many stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? He opened up with Tony Orlando. Wow, beautiful. Okay, last comment, Carl Thomas.
Besides working with my dear friend, Mr. Pat Cooper, I was Jackie Mason's opening act for 7 years.
Wow, Jackie Mason, one of my favorite.
The immortal words of Jackie Mason is, show business is like sex. When it's good, it's very good. When it's not, it's still good.
It's still good. Okay, and Joe, can we have a last word from you?
Pleasure to be here. Great show, and I would love to come back.
Would you come back, Joe?
Oh, yeah, mandatory. I'll be here.
God bless you. Kazu, Mr. Kazumasa Yokoyama, a last word? Not besides breaking both my kneecaps?
Thank you, Vic, bring me down here. I'm very flattered and I'm very enjoying, some time here.
Well, we love you, Kazu, and we want you back with us again. Mr. Kazumasa Yokoyama, round of applause for him, please. The karate champion of 1984 of the United States. And also, a lovely, beautiful lady, Lisa LePorter. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for her.